So I've been watching Invincible Season 2, and we are now at the mid-season break of the season, so I'm here to do my review of the first 4 episodes at least for Season 2. Now, Invincible to me is one of the most surprising and incredible shows I've ever watched in my life. That first season came at the perfect time culturally, and it just hit like a bag of fucking sand. That shit hit like a wrecking ball. It was unbelievable when it came out. Through its violence, its depiction of the superhero genre, its great voice acting with a cast led by Steven Yeun and J.K. Simmons, the amazing characters, the great twists, and just the overall vibe of the show was something incredible. And it's no surprise that the show was created by Robert Kirkman, the same man that wrote the comic book of The Walking Dead, a show that is also a ginormous franchise in the TV world right now. Invincible is just something really, really special, and it took a very, very long time to get Season 2. I feel like it's been so many years. Like, what is this, Attack on Titan, for Christ's sake? But here we are, we do have Season 2 of Invincible, and we have 4 episodes, and all 4 episodes are tremendous. This show still kicks ass. It is still maybe the best animated show on TV. It has the same violence in it, the same great storytelling, the same great character drama, the amazing world building, the surprising emotional aspect of it, and just the all-together, balls-to-the-wall superhero greatness that we love. My only complaint with the show right now is that we have to wait for the second half of the season, and I have to resist the urge, yet again, to grab the comic books and spoil the entire show for myself. So let me get into it. The first few episodes of the season cover Mark, Invincible, as he is dealing with the events of the previous season, dealing with the fact that his father was this evil prick, or sort of an evil prick, and did this terrible thing where thousands and thousands and thousands of people died due to their fight. And the world is grieving, Mark is kind of grieving, and he's dealing with this aspect of how do I become a hero knowing that that's something that I could become. And that story is something we've seen done before, but it is done well, really, really well here. And we also get a story of him trying to balance college and balance his relationships. It goes back to that stuff from Season 1, which of course is much like the Spider-Man aspect of the show. And we get this weird glimpse of like this multiversal storyline that they might play with. They didn't really dive too deep into that besides Episode 1, and I hope they don't dive too deep into it because there's so many multiversal things in the world right now. Do we need more multiverse superhero stuff? Hopefully not. But ultimately, the first 2 episodes really just focus on grief and moving on. They focus a lot with Mark's mom, who is just such a great character, and her arc in this season so far has been amazing because it is such an important thing to cover. How does somebody who is married to this person that was a secret monster, how do they live on? How do they move on with life? And that's a really interesting story to write for, and I'm really interested to see where they kind of go with it. We also get the Alan the Alien episode, and that, oh my god. Seth Rogen, what a great voice actor. That whole episode surrounding Alan the Alien and everything that happens with him was just so beautifully done, and one of the most emotional things I've seen in animation in quite some time. It was just absolutely heartbreaking and stunning and beautifully animated, and the violence was graphic and effective, and it was just so amazing. And then you get to episode 4. It's the best episode maybe of the entire series, besides maybe the Season 1 finale. This episode is crazy. It delivers on the promise of the Season 1 finale, where it expanded the world and let us know about what Mark's dad, what Omni-Man's actual past and where he comes from. We get to see that brought into play, and we get to see this big battle. We get to see Mark and Omni-Man reunite, and this father-son dynamic kind of takes shape again, and we don't really know if we could trust Omni-Man. We don't really know if we could trust who to trust at all. We don't understand the totality of the conflict and what's actually going on fully, but we do know that, these other alien dudes where his dad comes from, they're some tough, evil motherfuckers, and it is a crazy, crazy episode. An episode that has one of the best cliffhanger endings I have ever seen. I mean, it is an unbelievable cliffhanger, and yet again, how am I supposed to not go and buy all the comic books and read through the Invincible comics to find out what's next? Because Jesus, man, to have to wait for more of this is just unbelievable. But God, this cliffhanger is the best cliffhanger I've seen in a while. It's so good, and this show is just ultimately so good. And I gotta give a bravo to everybody involved. Robert Kirkman, the whole voice cast. I mean, that's one of the great things about this show is that the voice acting is just on another level. It's something like in the new Scott Pilgrim show that I watched. You have a lot of the actors from the Scott Pilgrim live action, and you bring a lot of these great actors, some of them even Academy Award-winning actors, into the fold to do the voice acting, and some of them just aren't great voice actors compared to what they're able to do as a live-action actor, versus what this show is. You bring in these people who are just phenomenal voice actors and really good regular actors. Like J.K. Simmons is legitimately one of the greatest voice actors ever. I mean, his work on The Legend of Korra as Tenzin is unbelievable, and his presence as Omni-Man is just incredible. I compare it to Anthony Starr's performance as Homelander. There's an iconic nature to the way they portray the character, and the fact that J.K. Simmons is able to do it just with the voice. I mean, he steals every single scene he's in, and when Omni-Man comes back in this season, you just get so excited to see more of him, and I cannot wait to see what they do with his character. And of course, Stephen Yeun, just brilliant. He's just brilliant at everything he does. He's great in this. So to put it lightly, I am very, very excited to see where they go next with this. I'm really excited to see what they do with this universe. I mean, we're inevitably going to get a live-action Invincible project. I don't know when that's going to happen because the animation takes so long to do. The live action's going to take even longer, but I pray they get the right people involved, the right directors, they get the right cast, and for God's sake, let J.K. Simmons get jacked again and play the live action Omni-Man. I know he's not, the youngest guy in the world, but just let him do it. Don't force somebody else to do this role. Except for maybe Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Hot diggity dog!
So I'm going to give the first half of Invincible Season 2 a 5 out of 5. It is amazing. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe for more. Make sure to turn on notifications. Click the video on your screen now, and if you want to support the channel, maybe join my subscription thing. I'll see you guys in the next video.